wondering what that would look like now that the grain deal is off, and we know how much import Nigeria brings into the country, wheat, grains, and all of that. Now, to other issues now. Nigeria's biggest lender is seeking more acquisition in a bid to expand outside its home market. That's Access Bank. We had the story from Friday. For today, we're just going to discuss what it means and some updates on it. Access Bank PLC last week announced the purchase of the British giant's entire operations in Angola, Cameroon, Gambia, Sierra Leone, countries where it's already present. Then the Lagos-based lender is also taking over Stanchak's consumer, private, and business banking division in Tanzania, widening its footprint to at least 17 markets. I wonder what this means from both sides, both Standard Chartered and for Access Bank. Well, to help us understand some of those details is Mr. Mohammed Mukhtar, the Chief Executive Officer of Finance with Mukhtar. Mr. Mukhtar, thank you so much for your time, creating time from the United States. Good afternoon, or good morning to you there. Good afternoon to us here in Nigeria.
Definitely good morning here and good afternoon there.
Yeah, so what does this mean? Of course, it should be good news for Access Bank, but what does it mean for Standard Chartered? Are they reducing their exposure to some African countries? Is that what it means?
Well, that's what it means. They've said it before now. They were about to reduce their exposure in other African countries. And part of it was Sub-Saharan Africa, and most of the branches that they've just sold to Access Bank also were part of it, what they were looking. They were not looking at reducing their because of profitability or not. They were looking at in terms of how to reduce their overhead costs in terms of network all over Africa. And they were looking at some of the countries that had not been easy for them to integrate into other countries. So definitely for them, it's good news. They're able to get this off their back, and so that they can concentrate in other African countries that they are, like they're still in South Africa, and they are also still in Nigeria through Stanbic IBTC. So definitely it's a good move for them, because they've been looking towards how to sell this subsidiary in these countries.
But isn't this going to send like a bad signal to some other, multinationals to say, oh, Sub-Saharan Africa, perhaps there's something wrong going on somewhere. Should we also start reducing our exposure?
Well, it depends on what your business strategies are. Like I said, Standard Chartered is all about corporate businesses and corporate giants, and they have looked at, they are not so much into consumer banking, or mostly they do private banking. And so when you look at these countries that they've exited from, in terms of if you're trying to do consumer banking, those are good cities to look at, to be in. If you're trying to do retail banking, those are good places to be in. But if you're looking at private banking, then you need to look at major countries in Africa. And when you look at the countries they've exited from, you look at Cameroon, Sierra Leone, the Gambia. In terms of private banking, those places are not the best of places to be. And also, the only place that you could say, okay, maybe it could be better a little, would have been Angola, because of their oil producing nature. But again, that has to do with the economy, and they are looking at private citizens. So that also may not work for them. So I think it's all about synergy. Other banks will look at it and say it's a good time to go into those places. When you look at the consumer space, the expansion intent, and the economy of those nations are still very, 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 very young, with a lot of opportunity for more growth in areas of consumer, like I say, and retail banking.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Mukhtar. Well, I'm sure in the coming days we'll see the impact it will have on the share prices of Access Bank, and see if more people will be attracted. But thank you for your time this morning to your end.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.